Epiphytic plants are plant species that live on other plants in the rainforest. They don't have roots that dig into the ground. Instead, they have evolved a new strategy where their roots obtain water and nutrients from other plants. Epiphytes have no attachment to the ground or other obvious nutrient sources and are not parasitic on the supporting plants. Epiphytic roots are a type of aerial root that enables a plant to grow on another plant. For example, the epiphytic roots of orchids develop spongy tissue to absorb moisture. The banyan tree, Ficus sp., begins as an epiphyte, germinating in the branches of a host tree. Ficus aurea, strangler fig, is a massive evergreen tree with a dense spreading canopy of large, bright green leaves and often interesting multi-stemmed trunks. The hollow center of strangler figs provides habitats for a number of animals including bats and birds. They are also known as keystone species, as their fruits provide an important source of food to a variety of animals. Researchers found that strangler figs may support their hosts during severe storms. Ficus aurea is frequently found growing in the hammocks and borders of mangrove swamps in the central and southern peninsula of Florida. Bromeliads typically have bright red, orange, purple, or blue flowers, and can grow in a number of different ways. They can be terrestrial, growing on the ground, saxicolous, growing on rocks, or epiphytic, growing on other plants and trees. One of the notable characteristics of bromeliads is the distinctive, water-absorbing scales on their leaves and stems. These thin scales occur in grooves in the epidermis, and they resemble open umbrellas. Their thinness and large surface area make the scales ideal for rapidly absorbing water. Bromeliads are members of the Bromeliaceae plant family. They typically have striking, sword-shaped leaves and a bright, unusual-looking bloom, which is actually a bract surrounding an insignificant flower. They hail from tropical rainforests, where they grow naturally on the bark of trees, rather than in the ground. Orchids can be found in the equatorial tropics, the Arctic tundra, and everywhere in between. Unlike most plants, they do not grow in soil, but high above ground in their natural environment. Their roots attach to trees or rocks where they capture moisture and nutrients that wash over them in the rainforest. One special attribute of the orchid flower is that the female parts are fused to the so-called column and the male parts are fused together to a pollinarium that sits protected under the anther cap. 3 sepals, outer circle of flower petals, and 3 petals, inner circle of flower petals, form the flower. Most species of water lilies have rounded and variously notched waxy-coated leaves on long stalks that contain many air spaces and float in quiet freshwater habitats. The stalks arise from thick fleshy creeping underwater stems that are buried in the mud. Because they rest on the water's surface, the flowers and pads provide shade, keeping the water cooler and preventing algae that thrive in heat from growing in excess. Water lilies also shelter fish from predatory birds and the heat of the sun. The true lilies are erect perennial plants with leafy stems, scaly bulbs, usually narrow leaves, and solitary or clustered flowers. The flowers consist of 6 petal-like segments, which may form the shape of a trumpet. When you picture a tropical rainforest, you will generally see green everywhere. Part of this is because of the thick vining plants that grow all over the trees. A couple of these add a dense green cover and add color with their bright blossoms. There are actually 3 different kinds of vines: clingers, tendril climbers, and twiners. Each type of vine attaches to supports differently. None of these vines are parasitic or take their nutrients or water from the supports. Bougainvillea spectabilis grows as a woody vine or shrub, reaching 15 to 40 feet with heart-shaped leaves and thorny, pubescent stems. The flowers are generally small, white, and inconspicuous, highlighted by several brightly colored, modified leaves called bracts. The actual flower of the bougainvillea plant is small and generally white, but each cluster of 3 flowers is surrounded by 3 or 6 bracts with the bright colors. The beauty of the flower is due to these bracts. Bougainvillea spectabilis, commonly referred to as great bougainvillea or paper flower, is one of the traditional medicinal plants with potential anti-fertility activity. The purple passionflower is a herbaceous vine, 25 foot long, which climbs with axillary tendrils or sprawls along the ground. In rare cases, they can be white. Intricate, 3-inch lavender flowers are short-stalked from leaf axils. The petals and sepals subtend a fringe of wavy or crimped, hair-like segments. Passion flower is native to the southeastern United States and Central and South America. It's been traditionally used to help with sleep. People use passion flower for anxiety, including anxiety before surgery. Some people also take passion flower for insomnia, stress, ADHD, pain, and many other conditions. The monkey brush is a striking vine native to South America. This exotic plant grows like a parasite on other plants and trees throughout the jungle. This is an evergreen woody climber vine plant but can be grown as a shrub if trimmed properly. This can be put over a fence, wall, or another tree for its vine nature. This South American climber has showy 4-inch flowers that change color from yellow to a deep orange red over a period of 5 or more days. It is a vigorous grower and one of the easiest combretum we have found to flower in a pot in the north. Heliconias are sometimes called lobster claws or parrot flowers because of their beak-like bracts, which can be orange, purple, red, yellow, pink, green, or a combination of these. A bract is a leaf structure at the base of a flower. These attractive plants are perennial herbs with stout or reed-like stems. The simple banana-like leaves sometimes show a coppery sheen, and the midrib may be ivory and pink. The colorful inflorescence is formed of waxy bracts that alternate in a single plane and support the numerous small flowers. Bixa orellana, commonly known as annatto or lipstick tree, is an evergreen shrub to a small tree that boasts beautiful pink star-shaped flowers and scarlet rambutan-like fruit. The red-orange pigment from the pulp is used as food colorant or for commercial dye. Traditional uses of annatto in American countries. Thus, despite the different culture and traditions among the countries in South and Central America, several of the popular uses of Bixa orellana are the same, for example, antipyretic, aphrodisiac, antidiarrheal, antidiabetic, and insect repellent. Theobroma cacao is a small, wide-branching, evergreen tree that is native to tropical rainforest areas of Central and South America. It typically grows in the wild to 20 to 30 foot tall with glossy, oblong, drooping, bright green leaves, 4 to 8 inch long. Seeds from this tree are the source of cocoa, cocoa butter, and chocolate. It has erect and smooth trunk with pale brownish color, almost white. Oval leaves with well-marked apex of up to 25 centimeters in length of a reddish color when they are young and bright green when they are adult. Cocoa tree flowers are small with creamy yellow petals and pink sepals. Durian is a tropical fruit distinguished by its large size and spiky, hard outer shell. It has a pungent smell, custard-like flesh with large seeds. There are several varieties, but the most common one is Durio zibethinus. The fruit's flesh can range in color. Durian is a strange combination of savory, sweet, and creamy all at once. A durian is supposed to have subtle hints of chives mixed with powdered sugar. It's supposed to taste like diced garlic and caramel poured into whipped cream. So relax and let the cacophony of flavors blow you away. The carnauba palm is a fan palm of the northeastern Brazilian savannas, where it is called the tree of life for its many useful products. After 50 years, the tree can attain a height of over 14 meters, 45 feet. It has a dense, large crown of round, light green leaves. To obtain the wax, the young, cut fronds of the carnauba palm are dried. During the drying process, the leaf shrinks and the wax flakes can then be threshed or scraped from the leaves. The yield is relatively small, however. One leaf produces 0.07 Oz/2 grams of wax. The most important product of the carnauba tree is the wax extracted from its leaves. The Brazil nut is a large tree, reaching 50 meters, 160 feet tall and with a trunk 1 to 2 m in diameter, making it among the largest of trees in the Amazon rainforest. It may live for 500 years or more, and can often reach 1,000 years of age. Brazil nuts are one of the most valuable non-timber products found in the Amazon, usually harvested from the wild by local people. They are used as a protein-rich food source, and their extracted oils are a popular ingredient in many natural beauty products. Mountain soursop is native to Central America, the Amazon, and islands in the Caribbean. In its native range, it grows at altitudes from sea level to 650 meters, 2,130 feet, Wikipedia 2011. The tree somewhat resembles that of the soursop but has a more spreading crown and very glossy leaves. Mountain soursop, Annona montana, is an evergreen tropical fruit tree that will grow from 2.5 to 14 m tall. It is drought tolerant and will grow in dry conditions. Native to Central America. Produces round, edible green fruit that have a fragrant aroma but a sour and bitter flavor. Musa is a genus of around 40 of evergreen perennial species in the Musaceae family, commonly known as bananas. They spread by suckering and are characterized by their large paddle-shaped leaves that form a false, pseudo-stem. Banana plant is a perennial herb that grows from a bulk of rhizome. The fruit grows in large hanging bunches where it has about 10 to 20 fingers. A cluster of banana is called a hand and a single banana is called a finger. It grows in humid, tropical areas and is the world's largest herb. Murciaria dubia, commonly known as camu camu, cacari, erica de agua, or camacamo, is a species of plant in the family Myrtaceae. It is a small bushy riverside tree from the Amazon rainforest in Peru and Brazil, which grows to a height of 3 to 5 m, 9.8 to 16.4 feet, and bears a red/purple cherry-like fruit. Camu camu, Murciaria dubia, is an edible fruit that grows in a small, bush-like tree in the Peruvian rainforest. The fruit is a bright reddish-purple color, which imparts an attractive pink tint when juiced. The camu camu plant flowers at the end of the dry season, from which the fruits grow and are then harvested. Water lettuce is among the world's most productive freshwater aquatic plants and is considered an invasive species. The species can be introduced to new areas by water dispersal, fragmentation, and hitchhiking on marine transportation or fishing equipment. As suggested by its name, water lettuce is a floating pond plant with fuzzy rosettes of leaves resembling heads of lettuce. Each leaf has deep ribs and parallel veins, scalloped edges, and no significant stems.